Das ist der klassische spanische Mandelkuchen. So, it's the classic.
Bitte schön, mein Kind.
Thank you.
Und du darfst ihn gerne anschneiden.
Habe ich direkt in die Hauskasse rein.
Ja. Good purpose.
Perfekt.
In Spanisch heißt das in den Arsch rein. Oder in den Arsch hoch. Und das ist so alles Glückwunsch. So wie ich versucht zu erklären habe. Wir werden so schnell alt. Alles Gute.
Katalonien Olympics.
Ich hab auf die Schnauze gekommen.
I am in Spain on holiday, as you can probably tell, and today is the big day for which we all came here for. It is my grandparents' 40th wedding anniversary, ruby anniversary. We've already been here pretty much like a week. I got to celebrate my birthday here, which is really nice, and then we've just kind of been doing a lot of like different trips and some hikes and stuff like that, which is beautiful. The weather this week hasn't been like amazing for me. It's been lovely. I'm not that crazy about like heat and stuff, but next week's gonna be quite hot, so we did a lot of like excursions and stuff this week, so we can really enjoy the sun and the beach this coming week. I bought a bunch of this t-shirt yarn in this random supermarket. I just like love the colours. I've never even thought about a t-shirt yarn before, to be honest. I also got this colour, which I thought looked so cool, and I bought a big hook, which to be fair, I think it could be even bigger. As you can see, I have frogged this many times because I literally cannot figure out what I want to do with it. They had loads more like other colours which were beautiful, but I'm kind of like struggling to think of uses for it, so I don't know if I'm gonna go back and buy some, like if it's worth kind of stuffing my luggage with it. But some of the inspo I've been looking at is like a big tote bag like this. So I would like to maybe go back and get some contrasting colours, like even this with like a just normal beige could be so cool. I like some kind of like striped bags. I like this sort of crossbody bag, but it's really hard to see my decreases and stuff with the thick yarn. And then I think now that I've frogged it again, I might just try and do a normal body bag type of vibe. I did try and go for these. I think these are so cool, but I just don't have enough yarn to make such a large bag. So I think I'll go for like this smallish vibe with this gingham one, because I can't actually go that big. It's really been confusing me because I usually think I've got the size, but then it's just really stretches out and gets so much bigger than I thought it would. Who remembers the skirt that I got in my last Thrift With Me video? This is genuinely one of the best purchases that I have ever made, and I can finally wear it on holiday. I love it so much.
Oh, der ist richtig geil. Das ist, ja, ich weiß, wie oft ich bei Vinted gucke, aber das ist so schwer, die zu finden. Genauso eine habe ich bei Vinted aber schon abgespeichert.
Oh, die ist schön.
Die ist geil.
Ich habe mir das selber gekauft, im Internet habe ich das bestellt.
Super. Richtig schön. Jetzt kann er da schlafen gehen, ne? It is a beautiful day today. As promised, the sun has come out, just very, very nice. Just finished my bag with some of the t-shirt yarn. I managed to do it the perfect size for it to use all of the t-shirt yarn. Like I had like the tiniest tail end left. So yeah, I couldn't have gone any bigger. I mean, I could have obviously bought some more of this colour, but yeah, I just don't really know how I feel about it. I asked on Instagram for some pattern inspo, and to be honest, nothing really stands out to me enough for me to stock up on this yarn. I went back yesterday just to have another look, and I think I am just kind of getting very like carried away by the amount of colours they have, just because I love stripes and patterns and all that kind of thing, but in reality am I really going to use it that much? So I'm going to see what my luggage situation is like when I come home, whether I have room to bring some back. We'll need to see, but I will go back I think to stock up on some cotton yarn because they have 70-gram skeins. They're only like €2.50, so I'll grab a few different colours of those. I think this is the only thing I've crocheted so far for myself. I have also crocheted some things for my cousin. I made her this little bag which she is currently keeping her sunglasses in, which is very adorable. She also did a couple rows herself. Been kind of tricky to teach her. She's only 5, so there's a lot of like multitasking that you have to do for crochet, so it's very difficult. But yeah, I made her this, and then I think I also yesterday showed me making a little basket for her toy dog. But yeah, now that I have finished this, I'm not sure what I'm gonna do next. I bought a couple of books I haven't started yet that I really do want to get through on this holiday. This one I have somewhat started on an audiobook, then I realised that I probably would prefer reading it, so I ordered this one secondhand. And this one's kind of like a summary thriller murder mystery type thing, I want to say. Not quite sure yet. And then I've brought Paul, which I again saw TikTok about how good this book is, so I'm very excited to read this. I have mainly been reading on my Kindle. I haven't read on my Kindle in such a long time that I think it's been very exciting for me to pick it back up again, so that's been my main thing. I read Blue Sisters, which I rated like a 3-star. It was fine. Soft Core, which started out as a 4-star, but by the end was more of a 3-star for me as well. And what else did I read? Spring Hot Drive, something like that, also 3-star. All the books were fine, like they're perfectly fine for a holiday, just didn't like amaze me. I also brought my scrapbook with me because I wanted to do some scrapbooking, but I need to buy some magazines here to do that. And also for my birthday, Ryan got me this watercolouring kit, which is so cute. So you can put some little watercolours in here and you can mix them on there. And then it came with this watercolour booklet, and I have all the paints and stuff in my liquid bag in the bath. I really want to do some drawings with this. I think it's just so adorable, so I'm gonna put this in my bag now, so I can just take it with me wherever I go to the beach and stuff like that.
Der kleine Prinz Zoe ist am Frühstücken. Da frühstückt der kleine Prinz.
Damit der kleine Prinz nicht verhungert.
Genau.
Du weißt, wer der kleine Prinz ist, Emma? Mhm. Wer ist der kleine Prinz?
Opa
Opa. Opa John.
It is Sunday, so we are in English tradition making a roast for everyone. First time we're doing it for 10 people, so we'll see how it goes. Yesterday at the market I got this scarf thing. It's like one of the square scarves, but I just put it up to a little headband, which is very cute. We also got this jumper. They clearly this week changed out all the summer clothes to the autumn clothes. Like a off-the-shoulder v-neck type thing. Zoe got the same one in red, and then she also got a really nice polka dot skirt, which I'll add a photo in here. Very cute. She also got one of these scarves in black. We basically were just pointing out all the polka dot stuff because that's all we're obsessed with at the moment. We're gonna prep all the food for tonight. Everyone else is at the beach.
La playa.
That's pretty much the plan for today.
Stick around and join me while we're discussing the history of the potato.
Right, I'm gonna do the Yorkshire puds, and Ryan is doing the potatoes and carrots we've got in there, and just the usual roast stuff, really.
Und da musst du noch nicht mal Eintritt bezahlen, was zu lernen. I'm now trying to work up something with this coloured yarn, but instead of working with a thick needle and just this yarn, I'm now using this cotton yarn that I brought from home, and I'm like crocheting around the fabric to work something up. I much prefer this way because it's not very relaxing to work with like a 12mm hook and this thick yarn. You kind of have to put a lot of like effort in. Just like a couple tutorials on YouTube, I kind of skip through it, so I don't 100% know what I'm doing, and I think at the moment I'm not pulling the tension tight enough because it's kind of like stretching out a lot. I could use my 2.5mm hook, but I don't really know how that would work either. I also didn't increase enough because I now have this little bowl, I guess. My goal is to kind of create a basket-ish bag, so I'm going for a rectangular round shape, but I think I'm going to go back to the start, figure out my increases properly so I don't have this quite so soon, and also work my tension, and then hopefully I can figure it out. It just, yeah, you can see I've been frogging this yarn so much because I just can't quite figure out the, I don't know, the tension of it and everything. I'm back in the yarn store. Well, it's not a yarn store, but they have all the yarn. I'm either gonna pay for an extra bit of luggage to take home, or my granddad's gonna send me a package with all my yarn so I can pretty much go crazy. Prices are really good here. Like, this is 100 gram of 100% cotton and it's €2.50, which is like £2.10, which I think for 50 grams I pay £2.80. So I would save a lot of money buying my cotton yarn here. They have this one and all of these colours, and they also have some packaged ones as well. So I'll get some of these, and they also have this one, which is really interesting. It's more like a corded cotton, and this is 70 grams. So I think I'll stock up on some of these as well. From the yarn store, and I physically couldn't fit any more yarn into this bag, but I have the excuse that knitting and crocheting is my job, so I am essentially stocking up on work supplies fairly cheaply. And these are yarns that I obviously can't get in the UK. While I was in the store, I was Googling to try and figure out whether I can buy them in the UK, but I couldn't really figure it out. So yeah, I've got a big yarn haul to share with you. After a long deliberation, did buy some more t-shirt yarn. I'm not crazy about the t-shirt yarn so far. However, I love these colours and I don't think it hurts to have them at home just in case, especially because these colours are so cool. Like, I thought about buying some plainer colours, but I think I can just order them in the UK if I do want to work with them, but these ones, they're a bit more special. So I got two of these red and white stripe. I got another gingham one because I don't love the gingham bag that I made, and I think I will frog that one. I'm just going to take it with me as is to the UK and then frog it when I'm home. But then I have another one in case I want to make something bigger. I have a bit more fabric for that. I could only find one of these colours. It's kind of like a brown, but it's sort of more textured, and I think this could be really interesting to work with. It's not going to be the biggest project because I only found one skein, but I quite liked this sort of colour. They obviously had lots of colourful stuff, but I had to be really realistic about the colours that I do wear and use a lot. So I stuck with
a bit more of a more muted scheme, and then obviously the red, because that's what I wear a lot. And then these actually still have the price tag on, so these were only €2.50, which is just insanity to me that these were so cheap. I got two of these like green, more of like a swimsuit jersey type fabric, which is really fun to work with. And yeah, they just have like bright green stripes in there, so I got two of those. I think that's all of the, yeah, that's all of the t-shirt yarn I got. And then I still have this whole bag full of other yarn. I got a lot of cotton yarn. They had a lot of acrylic yarn there, however I try not to buy acrylic yarn because I don't like wearing it. I quite like working with it, but it's just the wearability of it for me isn't that great. I did get some acrylic yarn, which I'll show you in a bit, but yeah, the main thing I wanted to get there was the cotton. So they had this really thick cotton yarn, which is 100 grams, and these were also £2.50 each. 100 grams, and you use a 4 to 5 mil needle and a 5 to 6 mil hook, which I think is quite big. So I'd say this is like an 8 by 8 cotton. I got those in a light blue, a red, and I think that's actually it. But I got 5 of the blue, so there's quite a lot there. And then I got 5 of the red because I thought the blue and red is like one of my favourite sort of schemes, so this could look really nice together, and I have a lot of it, so I could make quite a big project with that. Oh, I also got this in black as well, actually. Just a nice plain, obviously classic colour, and again I got 5 of those for like pattern samples and sort of ideas that I have. I like working with black because I wear a lot of black. Then I got 5 of this cotton yarn. This one is also 100 gram, and it is 70% cotton and 30% polyester. It's very interesting because it definitely feels like 100% cotton. And I got 5 of those because it's my favourite colour. Oh, actually I got 7 of those, so I have a lot of that colour. Then they had this Isabella Pearl number 5, which has such an interesting sheen. It's very thin. For this one, they recommend a 1.75 to 2 mil needle. It's 70 grams, and yeah, it's 100% cotton. I just thought this was so gorgeous, and I got this in these 4 colours. I thought these 3 could be really nice for some kind of cottony project, and then I got 4 just brown ones. I don't really work with a lot of brown, but I like wearing brown, and so I thought having this would be pretty good. Oh, this one is actually a different colour. All the colours that they had from this yarn were so beautiful. I just couldn't figure out what I would actually make with it. Now in hindsight, I probably could have gotten 2 of each of these colours. I only have 1 of each, so I don't actually know what I could make with this realistically. But yeah, it was just very overwhelming, and I couldn't really think ahead enough of like what colours I might want in the future for what projects. Then I did end up getting some acrylic. First of all, I got this one because I'm running out of this like cotton yarn, and for one of the bags, the t-shirt bags that I'm working on, they didn't have a cotton yarn in this colour, so I just got an acrylic. And because it's a bag, like I don't really mind if the fibres mix too much, so I just got this one. It's a recommended 3 to 4 mil hook, which I am working with a 4 mil hook, so that would fit quite well. And this one is 80 grams, which is such an interesting amount, I find. Then they had this Bahia Lana Lan. This is 100% acrylic, but I don't know if you can tell the like sheen on it. It's so soft and not scratchy at all. I just really like the feel of it. I got that one in these colours because this is one of the colour schemes that I'd like to work on this autumn, and I also got them in this colour scheme, again another one that I'd like to use this autumn. Not sure what projects I can work these up with, but yeah, I thought I'd get them anyways. I think overall I spent £101. I really can't complain. Obviously I have to pay a bit extra to take it home, but it was really worth it.
Everyone's already sat down for breakfast downstairs, but I quickly wanted to show you what I got up to yesterday. It was a very chill day, but I was pretty sick of reading and crocheting, so I had to come up with some different things to do. First up, as you probably would have seen, I did a little bit of scrapbooking, not that much. Didn't have that much to stick in. I also haven't been keeping up with my scrapbook like this whole summer. I think my last entry was the start of June, and I haven't scrapbooked since then. But I made a little title page for my holiday, just with some paper that I left over from things that we bought, and I put in some cards. Totally forgot to show you, but Le Fil de Cour, I'm probably saying that wrong, sent me one of their t-shirts, and I sent them one of mine, and they sent me a really cute card as well and some stickers. And then underneath I just wrote down all the things that we got up to on a holiday, my mum's birthday card, and then just some like receipts and stuff. Nothing super crazy, but it was just nice to like use my hands in a different way. And then I also made my first little watercolor painting with the set that Ryan got me for my birthday, and how cute did that turn out. Just did like a little reddish flower field just to test it out, and then I did another one with a more limited color palette, and I created like a blue one, which was very fun to do. Again, it was just nice to change it up a little bit, and I would really like to do a few more before we go. And then after doing those two things, I was feeling very bored, and so I picked up some of my yarn that I brought. The projects that I planned to make on this holiday I literally didn't want to do, and that's fine. So instead I'm making a laptop cover with some double-stranded cotton yarn, and it's like the same stitch pattern as I did for my Kindle cover that I made. I also tried to brainstorm some ideas for projects that I could make with the yarn that I've bought here, but I feel like I need a little bit more time to really think about it, and I didn't want to like start a project on a whim and just kind of waste my time. Not that it's wasting my time, but I knew that I wanted to make a laptop cover and I had the yarn for it, so it just made a lot more sense, and I'm gonna think about the project ideas with my new yarn a bit more. I frogged this a couple times last night already because I couldn't quite figure out the stripe pattern. I think I'm going to continue with this brown colour a bit further up, and then I'm going to repeat the two stripe at the end but with red. I think that'll look really cool. I'm going to head down for breakfast now, and then I think we're going for lunch, maybe a market. Not quite sure what else is happening today. It's the last day. Everyone is tidying and putting their luggage in the car. The majority of my family is driving back to Germany, and then my mum and my brother are flying from Barcelona. So they're gonna drive me and Ryan to Girona. And our flight is not until 9:30, I think. We've got a whole another day in Girona, which I am quite excited for. I don't think I filmed anything yesterday. It was my brother's birthday yesterday, so we kind of just did a few activities. We went for a really nice meal in the evening as well. I wore this dress, I completely forgot to show you. Didn't really need another polka dot thing, to be honest, but it was very pretty. It has like a V-neck and then like an asymmetrical cut, and then it's got shirring at the back, which is quite flattering. I've already given my bag of yarn to my granddad, who's going to literally take that bag, put it in a cardboard box and send it to me. I think we're gonna try and find somewhere to store our luggage in Girona so that we can have a proper little wander around the city.